Welcome to the pod. Don't forget to like and subscribe.
I can take it away. In the last maybe one. In my entire lifetime, if I had to calculate how much money I've spent on Fortnite, which is a free-to-play game,
Okay.
it's probably close to like $2,000, which is sad as fuck. It's all cosmetic.
He dove in.
But I got money.
He dove in.
I got money.
You obviously have money if you're spending $2,000 in a year on Fortnite.
Skins.
No, I didn't say a year. I said in totality. So like
my character has so many fits though.
I'd say maybe like a fucking 7-8 year span.
2,000.
No, I think not.
Do you get money back on it?
Dude, no.
Right.
That's what all microtransactions are.
Do you get money back on anything in your life? What are you talking about to get money back on it?
So here's what it really comes down to. Is microtransactions just a newly opened frontier of corporate greed preying on the consumer? Or is it something that actually adds a beneficial aspect to gaming?
Adds
One,
almost
I was thinking,
nothing.
I was thinking about this the other day though. One, it's not just a new frontier for corporate greed. They didn't have the option to do that when we first started playing video games. Most of our video game life, it literally wasn't achievable. Live wasn't always a thing.
Do you know what the first microtransaction in a video game actually is?
Yes.
No.
You do?
It was, I think it was either Oblivion.
It was Oblivion.
The fucking.
It was Oblivion.
That stupid fucking
Bethesda,
skin.
Elder Scrolls 4.
Yeah, and
Oblivion.
it was wild.
One of my
Everybody
favorite
hated it.
games of all time, honestly.
But even that's just cosmetic.
Horse armor
It was
for
horse
$2.50 was the very first microtransaction. It was released on April Fool's Day. They thought nobody would buy it. They released it as a joke. And
They released it
the
to test
sales
waters,
went
what
through
it
the
was.
roof. And they promised that they would change the price of it afterwards, and they never did.
Well,
and motherfuckers just kept buying horse armor.
If I remember correctly, they that shit was treated like the French. Like you know how the French always like revolt for shit.
Horrible.
It was literally treated like that. Like people hated it. People
Yeah.
did not like it. They
No,
very
people
fucking-
were
they like,
very
what are you
mad.
talking about? I have to give you money for a cosmetic item in
Yes.
a game that is filled with cosmetic items. It's like
that you get for
you
free.
get for free from just playing.
And way
But
better
it's-
shit than
it's,
horse
It's honestly
armor.
it's fucked up because it's just Pandora's box. It's Pandora's box. The door is open. You can't fucking close it anymore.
The floodgate
Dude,
was
it's
open.
too much money that these people are fucking raking.
And
in.
you know what that led to? You know what was next was map packs. Map pack DLC for Call of Duty, Gears of War. I forget if Gears of War had it, but Call of Duty had it for
matte,
sure.
Like the color?
No, map. M-A-P.
Map.
Halo. Yeah. So if you wanted to stay in a ranked online game, you would have to have all the up-to-date
Yeah.
map packs.
No,
Or you
that's
could not
true. In
partake.
the early days though, you didn't need that.
You
to
can
be
play
a
quick
reg-
play.
You could still play all
Yeah,
the regular
but
games.
no,
Regular play
no.
wasn't even,
Right.
early Call of Duty
Look,
regular play
look.
wasn't even a thing.
That's true. I think that's
Sure.
that's also a
He's
completely
right.
different thing. I think when you're buying like what it used to be, like you'd buy a map pack, that's completely different from a microtransaction because you're just buying access to the map.
Well,
Like,
it's
there's-
actually
like,
extra
there's-
content,
there's-
too.
Yeah, but like
You know?
Paying for
yeah,
extra content
the
is okay
extra
though
content,
because you have to
extra guns.
develop that extra
Yeah.
content. So I mean, you would just only come out with a base game.
But
if
But
that
you
economy
are
didn't
right in the
exist.
fact that like you would be excluded from the whole population of the game if you
Right.
didn't
If
have
you didn't
X
have it.
map pack.
Yeah.
Yeah. It would completely, especially like early years of war because they fucking sucked. They were like, we can't even put you in a lobby.
But
We can't put you in a lobby, nigga. 'cause
Well,
you don't
But
have
I'll
it."
tell you what the real difference between that and what we have going on today is. It's that back then, okay, you would pay the extra $10, $12, whatever, and you would get these extra maps. Developers, teams of people had to actually work on them and provide them to you. Nowadays, you're paying the same amount of money, if not more, for just a change in color scheme on what you're wearing. I mean, what the fuck? There are some skins in Call of Duty. If you're a completionist in video games, which I am sometimes, I need every achievement. If you want every skin, you have to shell out X amount of dollars.
If you want every skin in Call of Duty,
Oh, hundreds.
you are a millionaire,
Hundreds.
sir.
Yeah.
Because listen, we've talked
Yeah,
about.
but
I said
skins there are
dude. I said
involved, man.
Fortnite, bitch. You know how much money I spent on Call of Duty? I bought the Nicki Minaj and the 21 Savage skin.
So I got a question for both of you. When
Dog in the last one, where he was an actual
when
dog.
is a microtransaction okay and when is it not?
Almost never.
I think paying to skip ahead is okay. Video games are supposed to be a grind. That's why
to
you play
get
games.
better.
Look, you play a game for the sense of accomplishment, but you also just play a game to play online. It shouldn't be pay to win, but the pay to skip ahead. The early stages of most video games are pretty rudimentary and pretty basic.
That's where the meat and the potatoes are. Like, you know, that's what the heart of the game is.
But I don't really have the time for the meat and potatoes all the time.
What happens is, and I've fallen victim to this plenty of times, it's like you start playing a game, and instead of like getting good and grinding to get the shit, which is impossible, they make it impossible.
They do.
So you have to fucking.
They incentivize you to actually spend money.
That's where it's wrong.
But
it shouldn't be impossible.
Fuck, I lost my train of thought. You fucks.
They do make it improbable, though. Absolutely.
No, but like perfect example, Call of Duty. When I first started playing it, one thing that really sucks, having a gun, no attachments, just go in there completely raw dogging with the gun.
But like, then you fall in love with the game. You fall in love with a gun, and you're like, this is my gun. You level it up. You know, you miss all of that with like Battlefield. They'll let you unlock a whole like class, which like entails everything that like comes with that class, every gun, every.
Right, bonus action, whatever
like, you have no love for any of that shit because you just bought it. You just got all of it. You didn't fucking wait until you got this gun and it's like, finally I got this gun, let me try it out.
And sometimes these transactions end up costing you more than the actual game itself.
You said there are 2 wars.
But that is
2 wars?
Like I said, a game like Call of Duty, though, when I first get the game, I'll buy a gun. Some attachments on it. I want to be able to hop into a game. I want to be able to run it a little bit.
Sure.
But I don't need to spend $100 on it. I spend $10 on it. I get my one gun because I don't really want to spend the next couple days grinding it out because I don't play that often, and that's going to take me a month. I'm just going to have a shitty gun for the next month, and for $10, I could just not do that. It doesn't give me a competitive edge in the game.
The way it really works. So, like, Call of Duty, the Battle Pass will have... It'll have 2 guns, right? It'll have 2 new guns. Each Battle Pass will have 2 new guns. And the guns are unlockable. You could get them. But like if you don't get the Battle Pass, you could get them. Yeah. But like it's
It'll take you a year.
Significantly harder.
Yeah.
To like get them.
For sure.
And so what happens is you'll get the Battle Pass, and now you have the gun, which is usually the meta. It's usually like the new gun is the best gun.
Yeah.
So it's like,
but that's pay to win at that point.
And that's really what it is. But it's like disguised as that. But I'll take that over loot boxes almost any day.
Because that's my thing, is I'm not buying a gun, I'm just buying attachments for a gun that I'm going to unlock in a couple levels. And it's not giving me a super meta edge over everyone. You could just, the levels in Call of Duty, especially with the prestige system, it's not that far. You'll get the gun at 35. I don't have, back in the day when I was 15, I'd get the 35 in a day. Now it takes me a month or two.
Well, you don't play as much.
Yeah. So for a couple of bucks, if I can unlock the gun, have a sight on it and a couple of
be able to keep up with some of these fucking kids.
But having seasons in general, I fundamentally don't agree with seasons because seasons are a subscription to the game.
Yeah.
And every game shouldn't come with a $15 quarterly subscription.
A subscription to the game shouldn't cost more at the end of a fucking 4 month. Fiscal cycle, like a year, a full year. It shouldn't cost more than the game, or even as much. I mean, the name is
per cycle.
The name is microtransaction. You know what I'm saying? So it's a macro transaction. When it's accumulatively more expensive to stay engaged in the game than it is to actually purchase the game.
Because what's the life of a game? Would you say most games got what? 2 years.
Depends on the game.
It depends on the game.
Like Madden's life cycle is 1 year.
Not even 1 year. 8 months.
Yeah,
because you
really.
Warzone is not 1 year.
Warzone's been the same Warzone.
It's its own thing
Since after the first new Modern Warfare, they changed it after that. I'm pretty sure.
Right.
And ever since that, it's been the same Warzone.
Yeah.
Now they have it's just Call of Duty. It's no longer.
It's just Call of Duty.
It's
like, you're right. And the menu is fucking confusing.
It's confusing shit. It's like, it's like, why the fuck would I want to play an old version of the game? I was gonna use a word I didn't.
I do kind of like that when you buy the new Call of Duty and like you know that it's gonna come for Call of Duties after. It is nice in the sense that you don't have to have 100 Call of Duties downloaded to your Xbox. And also,
like you do though, because you can't play them unless you have them downloaded.
Do you? I've never tried.
Like each Call of Duty is like 100 gigs, bitch. Who's got that?
Crazy.
Yeah, but my PC only has 2 terabytes.
But we have a point now.
I can add data to it.
Call of Duty came out, you could almost just delete the old one because it was gone. It was irrelevant. It's cool that now they've kind of overlapped a little bit and having them in one central hub for 2-3 games. You're right. I ain't gonna download on 6, 7 of them.
No, but like even
You need an entire system and a half to have them all, bro. Yeah,
Call of Duty's a bad example.
It's crazy.
Call of Duty's a bad example for it, just because.
Sure, but they're the most successful.
Other than no.
Besides Diablo,
The most successful when it comes to microtransactions
Diablo.
is by far Fortnite.
Is it Fortnite?
Dude, Fortnite's a free-to-play game and they make billions of dollars. That shit's retarded.
Well, they did it so right though. The fact that
Dude,
it's free to play
it's
and
free to
they
play.
didn't give they gave more competitive edge to microtransactions and makes billions of dollars. They made it the most fair microtransaction economy ever.
Dude, you don't
with the
have to do
exclusion of a couple of pay-to-win skins. There was I haven't played Fortnite in
You
years.
got me off, brother.
The bottles. You brought the bottle down?
I did.
There was that one. Do you remember
I
that one
did.
stealth skin? I think it was actually the boy skin.
Also, hold
Black
up.
Noir.
Black
That
Noir.
skin
Oh,
had-
okay, but
that skin
skins.
that skin was a pay to
same
win.
thing.
Have
Call
you
of
ever
Duty.
noticed in Call of Duty it's the same? The hit markers for certain skins are actually
Different.
tinier
Yeah.
than
That's
other
That's why
ones.
you see like
Some
pro players will usually play with a female.
Yeah, a female all
Yeah.
clad in black.
Yeah, just
the
get
best
it
way to
as
go.
black as possible.
Yeah,
There
that's
has
what
been
it
been
is.
is.
a couple
Yeah.
of
Yep.
pure cloudy skins though that gained a lot of traction though, where the hitbox was actually worse.
Yeah,
but the skins
but it's like-
still
it's-
gained so much traction that it's like, hey, if you're good enough, it shouldn't matter.
I like Nicki Minaj.
I don't agree with those skins. Skins shouldn't have a smaller hitbox. They shouldn't conceal you more because it's an all black
No,
outfit.
But they kind of have to.
But again,
because if you're making,
There should be a caveat to it. Make the
he's
black
doing his Dominican thing. Hold on. Let me-
No, I wasn't doing my Dominican thing.
It was
I'm
a
just,
lot
I'm
of
just saying that Call
words.
of Duty is a bad example because it's like
Fast.
you cannot participate. You can 100%. It's not as good as Fortnite where it's like you really don't have to participate, but like you could not use those 2 new guns. You could not use them. It's really,
No, but you
other
said
than that,
those
it's
guns
just
are meta though. Those guns are
no,
overpowered.
like yeah, but
And
like
Call of Duty,
that's just a cosmetic thing most of the time. And like you can get it just playing. Like you do accumulate points while just playing.
but some
but
of those guns are exclusive to battle.
You don't
passes,
need it
and
to
you
like
still need
yeah
to
no,
see-
but you don't need it to keep up. You could just be sweaty, you know.
So-
but like Madden, you definitely need.
Can
to
I
buy.
read? Can I read something real quick about Call of Duty? This is the most expensive microtransaction in the world.
You definitely need to buy shit to keep up. Go.
Okay. Call of Duty Black Ops Cold War is Treyarch's attempt at rebranding the now decade-old Black Ops chronology through a relatively robust offering that features a full-length campaign. Something that isn't always a guarantee in Call of Duty these days. This is Game Rant, so if it's a little ranty, that's why. A deep and engaging multiplayer mode, and a fan-favorite Zombies Horde mode. The game is overly eager to hawk bundles and Battle Pass content to players. It's not quite as egregious as... Oh, shit. I'm reading the wrong thing. No, the most expensive one is thousands. Like 6,000. I'm sorry.
I mean,
No.
well,
Yeah,
Okay.
so-
what are we calling a microtransaction though?
a microtransaction is pretty much
Look up
anything
the definition of that.
that the game sells
Jamie?
you.
Is it? Is that-
Define microtransaction
Don't
in
Siri,
video
she's a
games.
dumb whore.
Now Siri knows.
I
She
do
should
believe a
have that.
microtransaction is essentially anything after the initial buy.
Just Google it. Use your fingers.
Ugh,
Be a
I
good
gotta,
little boy.
I gotta use my fingers. Hold up.
You stinky whore, Stinky Dick Joe. So we always used to call him in
I'm
him
not
in
gonna
high
look at 'em all.
school.
You
We always
just
called him
fingers.
Stinky Dick Joe in high
That's
school.
because I used to fuck a lot of whores, and you guys would fuck nobody.
His dick stunk because of it.
That's
That's actually not true.
Actually,
Almost
hold
all
up.
high school.
So
I'm married to her now. I
Oxford,
fucked someone.
That's a bold ass.
Oxford
claim.
defines
That's a-
it-
That's a bold ass claim, Joe.
Ox-
That shit was crazy.
What are you
Shut
talking
up.
about?
No, you know what you said. Go ahead.
I said the truth.
You,
A
Donald Trump over here.
very small financial transaction conducted online.
Well, that's the fucking shit, though.
Let's
It's
fuck
loud and small, though.
Come on, we're all laughing at the definition. That's
no,
bullshit.
yeah, that's bullshit, dude. That's bullshit as fuck. Because it's like, again, by that definition, none of these are. Most of these are like $10, $15, $20 purchases.
All right.
DLC
So
I'm
the
okay
Sims
with.
4,
True DLC, though.
DLC, yeah.
the Sims.
Again,
hold
extra
up.
maps, extra game modes, extra storylines, like the Ballad of Gay Tony and the Lost in the Damned.
But that's a whole
Quality
but, like,
DLC for a reasonable price.
That's half of that. It's like you're just buying a new game.
So the Sims 4
Yeah, in the same
has
universe.
DLC, which is what you're talking about.
Yeah.
That's a cumulative $870 all in.
But how much DLC are we talking about?
Well, does it
are we
matter?
talking thousands of hours of extra gameplay? At that point, it's thousands of hours.
I need you to understand
The amount
that
There's no such thing as thousands of hours
if you're
extra gameplay. I'm
gonna
tell you what it includes.
Are you telling me every game $170 you'll own all the content in Sims 4?
$870.
Oh fuck.
Well, here's the thing.
All right, so hold on. Can
that's not that
I read
bad.
the article real quick?
That's not that bad.
I think you guys are fucking yourselves, dude. When The Sims 4 initially debuted all the way back in 2014, fans of the classic life simulation title were disappointed to see many features carved out of the base game. Given EA's track record, EA of course, it should come as no surprise that the publisher then sold countless pieces of ancillary, I'm mispronouncing that, content at a premium to expand upon the bare bones release. With all the stuff, game and expansion packs for the game, the total value of the packages for everything is up to $870 American, which is higher than any other Sims game before it, and a whole lot of EA games. GTA Online.
Let's not talk about that, please.
Alright? It's pretty much limitless. Dead or Alive 6 was basically a fighting game with half-naked broads in it.
Dude, first of all,
$2,000.
whatever that list says, it's wrong, dude. There's no bigger fucking killer than fucking GTA 5, dude. That shit is a killer. Do you know why GTA 5 is a fucking killer? Because it's impossible to do without it. You cannot fucking play that game without at least once buying some type of
Hold up. Can you guys look at that number?
Yeah, but what even is that?
That's a PC game that's quite popular. Star Citizen.
Star Citizen is by far the biggest criminal of that shit. Some motherfuckers would be paying 15, 17, 18, 19.
Curiosity, what's inside the cube? This is one of my all-time favorites. The guy who invented it is a known scammer and like international criminal. And he created an app on the
Make
phone.
him president.
Which obviously this isn't like the gaming we're used to, but he made an app on the phone that you could download, and it's like what's in the cube is basically the idea of the game. And you every day you like peel the cube and it goes infinitely deeper and deeper and deeper. Now the winner of the game, whoever gets to the center of the cube, not only gets to be the main character or some shit in the follow-up game, which never released, but they also win like a multi-million-dollar prize. Okay?
And you just pay to...
And you can pay for extra, like, peels of the cube. And some guy who won it paid about $400,000.
Oh my
right?
God.
He never got anything. He's still in, like, legal... with them, you know what I mean?
That's crazy.
He fucking paid $400,000. Like, at what point do you go, okay, something about this is wrong?
It just seems wrong, dude.
Like, dude, it's just wrong,
You
bro.
gotta
It's
put
just
that on
wrong.
the parlay.
And it starts with little shit. It starts with DLCs. It starts with horse armor, and it leads to what's in the cube.
You know what's funny?
And that's my point, dude.
Here's
It
my
leads to what's in the cube. What is in the cube? You don't even know. The guy won't tell anybody. There might be nothing in the fucking cube. I'll tell you what's not in the cube. I'll tell you what's not. Money. Money's not in the cube, dude.
Behind
It's not
everything,
MGM.
I can
You
look at
can
that.
run $400,000 worth of spins on your phone on a gambling
That
app,
shit would
and
be
I
popular.
guarantee you,
You'd hit.
you might hit,
hit.
or you might get half your money back. You know what you're not gonna
That's
do? You're not gonna lose $400,000.
That's what I'm saying, put that shit in a parlay.
What the fuck
Listen,
are we
Don't let me
talking?
make it.
If I told you I was selling bottled air for $10,000 a bottle,
And I'm
I
stupid
was
enough
like,
to buy it.
locally sourced New Jersey air, who's the real criminal? Me or you? You're a fucking
What?
idiot.
Hey,
What do you
hey,
offer me?
hey.
It's not
New
my fault
Jersey
you bought
air.
it. New
Where you
Jersey
selling
air,
it? Where are you
locally
selling it?
sourced.
You gotta
Take that
try
shit down to
harder.
Florida. You take that shit down to Florida. I guarantee you, there's some fucking old bitch that would buy that shit.
Well, they breathe fart water over there, dude.
And
the
now,
Jersey to
now
Florida
suddenly
pipeline.
I'm exploiting the elderly, right? Because this old lady bought it. What do you
Hey,
know? That's
speaking of exploiting the elderly,
There's a special place in
this
hell.
man spent almost $500,000 to find out what's inside the cube.
Dude,
You know
but
what I
dude-
could do with $500,000? Put it all on red or black, and maybe I'll win or lose. I'm just saying, if you got that much money to gamble, bro, why are you playing what's inside the cube for iPhone?
Hit the casino. Hit the casino at that point.
I don't know, man. Retire.
Buy a Ferrari.
Spend time with your family. Go to the beach. You got
Buy-
$500,000 to blow, and you're like, I'm gonna
house.
spend it on what's inside.
All
the
right,
cube.
but this does bring me to a genuine point.
Candy Crush.
Sure.
Like, you want to talk about stealing money
Never
from old
played
people?
it, actually.
No, dude, not us. Look
Yeah.
up how much fucking. What's the most anyone's ever lost on Candy Crush, or how much anyone spent on Candy Crush.
Because I feel like times, right? The daily timer games.
Yeah, and it's like you pay for more shit.
Dude,
that shit killed those fucking housewives with wine, and I'm sure there's people that still play that shit. They voted for Trump for sure.
It's not that I think that it needs to be all or nothing. Microtransactions can exist, and they can be a valuable part of the game.
Oh, no, it's not nearly that bad. Some years ago, Alex Dale, a senior executive at King's, which I don't know what that is, said that one player spent on Candy Crush, I guess they run Candy Crush, $2,600 in a single day. And that's the most they've gotten in a day.
Nigga, that shit don't give you nothing back.
Yeah.
No, it's a fucking game, dude.
Like I said, man,
I spend money on Pokemon.
I'm not
packs.
saying that.
Anyway, let's move past it.
I'm not saying that I condone gambling, but if you're gonna spend that much money on video game gambling, same thing. Also,
nah, dude, bro. Nah, dude.
I can't say shit.
Like $50 a month I spend on Pokemon packs.
Nigga,
Don't fuck with me.
Also,
and you see, that's wrong though. The packs are wrong. Loot boxes are wrong. I'm not gonna
It's
argue
gambling.
loot boxes.
It's gambling.
Yeah, gambling in video games is wrong. Like I said,
But so are battle passes.
hold on.
Like I said, I don't agree with battle passes either. That's a subscription to the game. You shouldn't have to buy a subscription to the game. But at least if you're
So what you're saying is, overall, on the whole, from a beyond philosophical meaning, shut up, Manny.
I feel like the stop sign should be respected.
You don't agree with microtransactions.
No, I agree with some microtransactions.
Which ones?
I agree with DLC.
The ones that help you.
If you're going to give me extra maps, if you're going to give me an extra storyline, you're going to give me an extra campaign. Like I said, the Ballad of Gay Tony and
then why do you give Black Ops money for garbage?
Because I agree with paying to skip.
Well,
paying to skip is not the same as paying for an advantage.
Look,
it's an advantage.
That's what a battle pass is, though.
Well, ultimately,
it's just called a different thing.
No, but I don't like that it's a season, because if I pay for the battle pass and then I don't have time to play the battle pass, I got nothing. I didn't receive anything except for whatever initial shit offer.
You know what you could do? You could pay to finish it.
Yeah, but now you're double taxing me on it.
That's an option?
Yeah, no, you
that's a scam. That's a fucking scam.
You can pay for tiers from the beginning. You could either pay for 30.
Listen. You could either buy the.
If I'm paying to finish, I better jizz in a bitch's mouth. That's ridiculous.
The normal battle pass, which is $10. It's $10 for the normal battle pass. It gets nothing to. It gives you nothing but access.
Or you can come on there 10 for $100.
Or you could give us $30. We'll give you exclusive access to this content over here, and we'll even give you 25 passes to the normal content.
So now you start on level 25. You literally skip the first 25 levels.
It's crazy.
And you don't just skip them. We'll give you everything that you would have earned along the way. We'll give you all the XP. We'll give you all the unlockables. And that's crazy, because at that point, if you're going to buy the battle pass, you can't. It's like getting the small fry when the large is only an extra $1.
You know what I've been a big fan of? I've been a big fan of nations coming out and ruling that these transactions amount to gambling.
Especially loot boxes. Loot boxes.
Loot boxes.
Nigga, we won't ban shit here. In America, we don't ban shit.
No.
We got Red 40 in the food.
Do you know how many Americans are
we're
gambling here?
Yeah,
well, that's what I was gonna say. It's like, who's really? Who are we feeling bad for? It's not. Do you feel bad for me for spending that much in Fortnite? You don't. Because I'm a fucking grown adult. I made the decision myself.
Yeah.
I gamble myself.
It's a good thing you don't have an 8-year-old kid.
You almost feel bad for like kids who don't have the access.
Or their parents.
Yeah.
Who fucking credit cards get robbed by this Roblox and shit.
But even if you
nigga.
Roblox are wild, dude.
Roblox,
I bought my niece's Roblox.
That's just great.
Roblox or Robux?
Robux is for Roblox, right? That's the game Roblox.
Yeah. That's some bullshit. That's some real bullshit.
Yeah. And
actually, it's pretty cool.
It's like Minecraft.
You haven't fucked with Roblox. What Roblox really is Roblox is a fucking playground for you to create or make whatever the fuck you want.
Okay.
That shit is retarded. That
like
shit gets
Forge on Halo?
Dude,
I'm showing my age right now.
You take this little pewter and just fucking download Roblox and look up a scary game and just play that shit.
I'm never going to do that.
That shit is in-depth as shit.
Oh, community created content is always insane.
As fuck.
Any game that has ever given a chance for the community players to make maps or make storylines or anything, the community is always dug deep.
You know what? You can do that for free? Video games.
You ever play Halo?
Do you know you can
Halo. Infection.
Like Halo on Halo, the game where you get on the thing and you have to go and the guy's up in the tower, he's got a sniper.
Oh yes. You're talking about driving the mongoose.
Yeah,
like up but you're like suspended in the air.
There's like fucking shit.
Yeah.
There's
Absolutely.
Yeah.
I played a bunch of those.
But the most impressive
those
thing
are all
I
fan
have
made.
ever seen, bro.
Yes.
And free.
Man, have you ever done a couple Madden seasons, like offline though? Like done like a franchise Madden team?
Yeah.
If you go through a couple years, like you start in 2024 and you go through 3-4 years, you start needing draft classes. And the CPU generated draft classes are weird and they're anonymous and it just makes players. But you could download community draft classes where people go through and they will simulate and Madden ratings adjust every single player that is currently in college, and they will give their names, their height, their weight, and all their stats, their speed, their blocking, every Madden attribute, and they'll make the entire season. So you could download that draft class from a community created team, and then you could sim them into your game and play future years in Madden.